podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Because when he has been in the bright lights and enjoying his time and having fun and lapping it up, no problem, you're the big celebrity. You're in the bright lights. I've been in the dark, in the trenches, in the gym.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready.
Another one. They don't want to see us win.
Sing along if you know the words.
All I need is one hit, overdose on you. Girl, you know it's true, yeah. All I need is one hit, overdose on you.
BoxingVoice.com.
4 division world champion Mikey Garcia.
Kambosos like fucking 39, 40 years old.
Production.
2 division world champion Jesse Vargas.
Honestly, well, who has he fought?
Guerrero v. Guerrero is a great fight.
Kansas hasn't been fighting anything.
In an all-action Mexican fight that I think is going to light up the fans in Texas and also live on the zone. Brilliant fighters and a fight that can only go one way, which is one of pure excitement.
Hasn't been active. Anybody will tell you that.
You know, it's not gonna be an easy fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. I don't take easy fights. In fact, there was fights that I turned down because I felt they were too easy. I want to have a challenge. I want to have something that can really push me, that can really motivate me and excite me. And Jesse Vargas does that. I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna show everybody that there's much more that I'm accomplished, a lot more to deliver. I wanna keep growing that legacy. I wanna keep giving the fans fights to remember.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the Boxing Voice. What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Today we're gonna be here discussing George Kambosos and Vasiliy Lomachenko headed to Australia, Perth, Australia to be exact. They'll be fighting May 2nd in Australia, May 11th here in America. It'll be live on ESPN, and George Kambosos and Australia host yet another big fight. I hope that many of you are excited to see Lomachenko back. A lot of us thought he would have retired. You know, this is a clear sign that he avoided that fight with Shakur Stevenson. Now, you know, that's understandable. Maybe he wants to go into said fight with a belt and make it mean more. But this very same opportunity that he had with Lomachenko, he could have had in the WBC versus Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, that would have been a lot more difficult. Him going against George Kambosos, he'll be the betting favorite, and he believes he'll be able to get that win. So this is what we're here to discuss, man. If you're interested, you know the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. At around 7:30, we're going to be having Khil Cole. He's signed to Matchroom, and he'll be fighting in Las Vegas, February 2nd. So we'll be having him on the show to talk about his upcoming fight in Las Vegas. George Kambosos, you know, my hat does go off to him. He's definitely a ballsy fellow. that has shown us, he's not afraid of any challenge. He's now taken on Teofimo, Devin Haney twice, and this will be his fight with Lomachenko. Now, George definitely needs this win. For Devin Haney, either man that gets the win, it looks good for him because these are two Devin Haney victims. But for George, he really needs the win. You got guys calling him a fluke, They don't believe that what he did to Teo deserves more recognition than he's been getting, as it's only been one win. Ever since the Teo win, it's kind of been downhill for George. And let me tell you, this is an uphill battle to expect for George to get the win. But if he can, then he's deserving of that title and of, our respect. I think that he's already earned mine for sure just by taking these fights, not complaining, even though it's easier to take a fight when you're the A side. Here he is, the A side again, taking his show on the road back to Australia with Lomachenko. So credit to George Kambosos. Once he got in position, he's shown that it wasn't a fluke, right? That he could continue to have the government of Australia back him in big fights. I don't love the fight. Like I said, it should have been Shakur and Loma. Loma swerved that. It should have been Maxi and Loma, but they robbed Maxi, so now he's in a tougher eliminator versus Cepeda. And, it's going to be another uphill battle for him to try and get that win versus Cepeda, when we know that he deserved that win versus George Kambosos. George Kambosos will be defending that IBO Green Hunter belt in his fight versus Vasiliy Lomachenko. That IBO will be on the line as they try to capture the IBF as well. Not a lot to say. We all know both Loma and George Kambosos. Obviously, they're in two separate times of their career, so whatever version of them we knew is not today's version. But the question is, the version of them that exists today, who will be the victor? And I feel like the easy answer is Loma, but Loma coming off of inactivity. Loma probably emotionally in a state that he's never been. It's a possibility that George Kambosos can capitalize on Lomachenko's down time, meaning the state of depression, the state of doubt, because he certainly doubted himself by not taking that Shakur fight. It was for a better title. It was for reportedly a lot more money, according to Shakur. And it would have been a higher profile fight. So we could be dealing with a version of Lomachenko that doesn't believe in himself at the moment and needs this quote-unquote easy win to put him where he needs to be so that he is able to take a Shakur Stevens fight, right? Now, as fight fans, we would probably want Loma to get the win so that he could unify in-house with Shakur. I don't know that that happens, but I do know that Kambosos would do it. So I'm going to be rooting for Kambosos. Him and Shakur have had some great back and forths on Instagram and Twitter. And, Shakur's even bowed down to the fact that Kambosos is good at tweeting. You know, Shakur's good at fighting. Kambosos is good at tweeting. But if he could get this win, a build-up between him and Shakur, it might be worth everybody's time. It'll be for a unification. It could make a lot of sense. It could certainly make a lot of sense. But, look, I'm not trying to drag it. There's not much to talk about. Like I said, we know Lomachenko and we know George Kambosos. You know, this is the fight that we got. It is what it is. It isn't the best fight, but it's still a top fight in the division. George Kambosos is a former champ. Vasiliy Lomachenko is a former champ. So you can't really ask for anything more. Again, if you're a George fan, you're rooting for him to get that win so that he could stop being doubted. You know, so he could stop being thought of as a fluke. And for Lomachenko, you know, if you're a Lomachenko fan, you want him to get that win so that he can get one last championship title on his way out, as many believe it is, you know, his exit at this point. I always wanted the Haney rematch. They're just not in the right weight classes anymore. We've seen how big Haney balloons up. I think going back down to 35 is impossible, but it's not out of the realm of possibility for Loma to move up to seek out that rematch if he wanted it in another division, 2 pounds above his weight limit that he set for himself. You know, when Lomachenko had his eyes set on Pacquiao, he said the highest he could go for Pacquiao was 138. Now, granted, that was Pacquiao, not Haney. But Pacquiao was more of a fight for Loma to make a name for himself and get some accolades, where the Haney fight is a rematch to get your respect back. Show people, you know, you are who you are, and that the Haney win was a fluke. Now, I don't know that he could get that win back at 140, but you know, if he wanted to, technically speaking, that opportunity possibly could be there. For Haney, I think that, you know, it is something that they should consider. I don't know how many people would love it, 5 pounds above the weight that it took place at. But Floyd rematched his controversial wins with Castillo and Maidana, and people loved him for it. I think that you don't need the rematch, but if you can get it, might as well get it out the way so that, you know, it doesn't ever come back as a talking point, because that's what people like to do, you know, bring up old shit, so to speak. But this is going to be for the IBF lightweight title. It is a vacant title now that Devin has moved up and vacated that IBF. It'll be shown on ESPN, so it's not a pay-per-view. And it'll be May 11th in Australia. Excuse me, May 11th here in America, but on the 12th in Australia. I got about another 15 minutes before I get Khil Cole, light heavyweight, signed the match room. If you want to ask him a question, remember you can go to our Patreon page or our members only tab here on YouTube and drop him a question. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Looks like I got Cliff in Connecticut. What is up? Cliff, Connecticut. All right. Gio. Gotta unmute, champ. There you go.
Yo, what up, Nez?
What up?
Back for another call, man. I'm glad to be on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to you, shout out to Danny, shout out to what you guys are doing. You're right. You know, Loma versus Kambosos is not the most exciting fight. They both need a victory to establish themselves back on the 130 fight path to show that, hey, we're still here. We can still make a name for ourselves. But I'm going to have to go with Loma taking it from Kambosos. Just because Kambosos' last performance, I forgot what was against that guy's name.
Maxie Hughes.
Maxie Hughes. I had Maxie Hughes actually winning that fight. When I seen it, I was shocked when they gave it to Kambosos.
Yes! Yes! So did I.
Yeah, I was like, wow. But I mean, I kind of see what they're trying to do. They're trying to build up for like Kambosos versus Shakur or Loma versus Shakur. I personally would rather watch Loma versus Shakur. Because if I see Kambosos versus Shakur, it might be just another like Haney versus like Kambosos, just a third. Just Shakur is probably gonna hit him a little harder than Haney does, but it won't be the most exciting fight to watch. But that's all I gotta say. I got Loma in that fight, maybe by decision. Who knows what type of Loma we're gonna see that night? Hopefully the same Loma that was fighting against Haney, because he's still hungry for those titles. But that's all I gotta say, Nez.
What kind of shot you give Kambosos? 1 out of 10. What number he got to win?
I want to say, honestly, no bias or anything like that. I would say 6 out of six or 7 around there, out of shot to win.
Okay, not bad.
Because I'm not gonna discredit him. He's still a great boxer. He just hasn't had a good last couple matchups were not the best for him.
For sure, man.
But that's all I gotta say, man. Hey, can't wait to listen to the interview tonight. Have a good one, man. Appreciate it.
You too. Remember, you guys can ask a question. Just head on over to our Patreon page or our YouTube members tab and drop Khil Cole a question, Let him know where you are, obviously living and who you are. This way he knows he's got fans around the world. He is a light heavyweight that is signed to Matchroom, and he'll be on the program in just a bit if all goes as according to plan. He's also fighting at the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, February 3rd on the Conor Benn undercard. But, yeah, if you head on over to our communities page, you can ask Khil Cole a question. Brian Norman, you can ask a question. He'll be on the show tomorrow as well. Tommy Lane, you can ask a question. He'll be on the show Thursday. Maxie Hughes, who we were just talking about, who should have got the win over Kambosos, will be on the show Friday. He's going to be taking on William Cepeda in an eliminator with the IBF. Cliff, trying you again.
Yo.
Yeah, we hear you.
Word. This is more interesting, I think, than we're giving it credit. I think we should be interested in this fight and everything that it could make, like, for the future. I'm very interested in it because I feel like a lot of people said Loma was old for when Devin beat him, or they tried to use that excuse, like a lot of Devin haters, like Loma ain't the same Loma, that narrative. So I don't even got to get far into it. You know what I'm talking about. But I don't think Loma was old. I feel like and if he is old, he got up for that fight. That was his last hurrah, and he got up for it. But I feel like that win for Devin could age very well if Loma still comes out here and get some good wins after he lost to Devin, and that'll look good on Devin's resume, even better on his resume, because I feel like it was such a close fight. In my opinion, I feel like it was a close fight because Loma is Loma is not no average Joe. To me, he's a great fighter, and that's why he gave Devin a run for his money, and we saw adversity. So I want Loma to beat Kambosos because I want him to fight Shakur. I don't feel like Loma didn't fight Shakur because he has doubts. After watching Shakur's last fight, why would anybody want to fight Shakur? Like, if you're going to deal with that, if you have to put up with that type of shit, why would you even want to fight him? Like, I wouldn't want to fight him if that's what type of shit he can do, if he gets in trouble or feels more power than he expected. I just don't think a lot of fighters want to fight Shakur because it's a headache. It's not even like he's catching and shooting. He's literally running around the fucking ring. But I want Loma to beat Kambosos and then fight Shakur. Let's see how Shakur does against. Yeah, let's see why I get that reaction. Let's see how Loma does against Shakur versus how Devin did, and it'll be an even older Loma. So if Shakur don't just make it look easy like he always be bragging and saying, and it's a competitive fight, or he even loses, that will tell us a lot about Shakur and who he really is. Because I'm starting not to be buying all the shit that Shakur be selling. What's up?
In the chat, they saying, haha, this caller is chained up to Haney's nuts. And you're not even a Haney fan like that, but you see how it is? You can't say nothing positive. You get labeled someone's fanatic. No, I know.
Give Haney crazy credit. I said it was a close fight.
I know, but it don't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't in this sport, man. We need better fans, and this sport will be better. Because look at you. You're trying to give Loma the benefit of the doubt. You trying not to be the fan that says he's washed up, he's old, you know, and they still now because you're not calling him washed up and old, you're a Devin Haney fanatic. But I do want to ask though.
That's crazy.
Who?
That what you gonna say?
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this, right? Because I feel like Loma is everybody. Everybody will say Loma's a first ballot Hall of Famer, or at least Loma's for sure getting in the Hall of Fame. Even if he don't get in that first ballot, we believe he'll get in. So I feel like George needs to win more, but will Haney get more credit if Loma wins, or will he get more credit if George wins?
I think it got to be Loma. I think if Loma wins, he gets more credit. The more Loma does after that fight,
but why? He beat both of them, and they both was quote unquote unified.
Haney. But what we like you said, Kambosos got a stain. We just seen him basically get a controversial win. Kambosos would have to beat more than just Loma in order for it to age well, like in a sense for Devin, you know, to get credit. He would have to be Loma, and that'll be Loma and Tio. That's actually great on your resume. But for some reason, I feel like he's just not gonna get the credit he deserves. That's when they will really say Loma's old and washed up. So I would say I would have to still go with Loma. And hopefully whoever wins beats Shakur, because I'm tired of that dude. But that's it. That's all
let me get to some other callers. That's interesting because I don't know. I feel like Loma could lose and people still going to give him credit. But George, he needs that win over Loma more than Loma needs to win over George, because people just don't believe in George. They think his shit was a fluke, bro. They trying to write his win over Tio off as a mistake. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of unfair. Khaled, what up?
What up, bro? How you doing?
Straight.
Yeah, man. I think this fight has the potential to be a little more competitive than like what we think. I think that Loma's the favorite, but shit, you know, Loma's coming off a layoff. Loma isn't the physically imposing fighter that like Devin Haney was when he fought George Kambosos. He was clearly faster, stronger, just better, you know, and there's the potential that George Kambosos got better from the Devin Haney fight. You know, that pivoting, those angles, that speed. Since he fought Devin Haney, seeing that against Lomachenko might not be too much for him. That like might not overwhelm him, because if you can handle those angles and pivots, Loma becomes more of a basic fighter. Loma's on the back end of his career. later 30s, you know what I'm saying, hasn't been as active, maybe not in the mental space, has taken losses, so it's a blueprint to beat him. So it could be competitive. I would still take Loma to win, but I would just like to see a tough fight. You know, I just hope my man don't get whitewashed, because I'm not one to think that that was a fluke. Nah, you came out there swinging wild. George Kambosos put you on your ass, period. And he won the fight. Yes, it was another knockdown later on in the fight, but George Kambosos won the fight. He beat the man that beat you, and then Devin Haney beat both of y'all. So I'm not going to discredit him for none of that shit, motherfucker. We had to go out in the ring and all that shit. T.O. said he was hurt and he had something in his throat and all that shit. All the fighters, even though sometimes fighters do be really hurt, every time a fighter lose, I always hear him say that they hurt. That's okay, though, because fighters do be hurt, so shout out to all the fighters, but everybody's fucking hurt if you let them tell it. So I just want it to be a competitive fight. If Loma wins, I don't think he's going to fight Shakur. He'll probably just keep fighting some mandatories or some shit like that, because I don't think he want to take another L, you know, especially to a guy like Shakur Stevenson and shit like that. But it could be, he could talk to Bob Arum and maybe make some shit going. I think George Kambosos will fight Shakur Stevenson. I don't think Lomachenko will fight Shakur Stevenson. So hopefully it's a competitive fight. I'm like a fan of the sport, so I'm going to watch it. So that's my call, bro. Good looking.
All right, right on time, Khaled, because that's our guess. Khalil, man, how are you?
What's up, man? You can hear me?
I hear you. I hear you perfect. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. What's up with you, man? Appreciate you having me, bro.
Oh, man, I'm happy to have you, champ. Happy to have you. Happy to see that your career is going the way that it's going, and glad to see you getting your opportunity in Las Vegas, man. How does it feel to be fighting in Vegas on a big card with Matchroom?
Um, this is you gotta think about it, man. It's where my career started, as a pro, shall I say, on the Devin Haney and the Lennard's undercard. So it's more so like I'm going back, I'm trying to bring that same energy I did when I made the debut. You get what I'm saying? So and now it's like we further in our career, in my career, and better opponent. The 20 and no 18 knockouts. I'm trying to make a huge statement. To the whole division, and that's what I plan on doing.
For sure, man. I mean, obviously, you've been stepping it up in competition, and this is another step up. You and your team been putting in that work, man, to continue to perfect your craft, man. Now that you've been a pro a couple of years, you've gotten, your experience in. What do you, I guess, what can you say are some of the differences from when you first started till today?
Bro, I learned it's like it's trial and error, with a lot of things, learning on the job. I thought it was a lot of things like I compared it to like the amateurs, and it's totally different. It might not seem it's so, but like as far as like the weight cut, the training, the sparring, everything is like it's you gotta push it up another level. You see what I'm saying? Like mentally, physically, emotionally, you got to be able to like separate yourself from your family and be able to be gone for a certain amount of months and and be able to and work and be focused and dedicate yourself, bro. It's like that was like one of the things like I had to like learn how to do because I just had a son. I don't know how everybody else are with their kids, but it's like that's one of my hardest things to do. Like it's hard for me to like leave my son, and not being able to wake up but I'm to a point now where I tell myself like what I'm doing right now is for him. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that gets me going. Makes it better for me when I'm gone, it eases it.
What sort of respect do you give your opponent? Because he may not have the biggest names on his resume, but he's got, almost triple the amount of fights. So regardless, I feel like that's experience. How do you look at his number of fights versus the level of opposition?
Like with me, I would feel as though like I look at it like I know he might be he might be comfortable, and that's one of the big things in it. Like for example, like my pro debut, I was kind of like I was nervous. I was like it was a lot of things going on at one time. It's like it was my like I lost my virginity. You get what I'm saying? In a sense. So now that I got comfortable with it, I'm able to think more. It's not so much pressure. I'm able to dig in the bag and think of all the things that we worked on during training. You see what I'm saying? So I'm expecting him to be comfortable. I'm expecting him to have little tricks of from all over. And he knocked out 18 people, 18 humans. So he has to have some type of power. So it's like you never go in underestimating anyone, regardless of who they fought or what. So, but this is like you never know what they're gonna bring. You never know.
When you got that phone call, did the number of fights that he have, did it alarm you at first? Like, damn, they put me in there with someone with, 3 times the amount of fights I got? Or you like, this is exactly what I needed so that people could see I'm on that level?
Definitely, like the phone call, manager called me like, "Hey, how do you feel? You wanna?" I'm like, "Definitely," because I was scheduled to fight later. You know, I was scheduled to fight on the Berlanga card, and they was like, "Yo, how do you feel? Would you want to compete on and take this guy? Would you be able to make it or whatever?" I'm like, "Sure, most definitely. Hell yeah." Excuse my language. I'm like, "Yeah, like definitely. Like this is the type of step up that we really need." Everybody say, "Oh, this is a step up and this is a step up," but those are certain guys that they really are a test. You see what I'm saying? Like as far as and even if we do get in there and I kill him in the first round or whatever, you see what I'm saying? That's my intentions too. I'm trying to kill him, but it's on the paper. On paper, it looks like it looks. You know what I'm saying? Like so, we'll just see when we get there.
So this will be you would have had 5 months if I'm counting right. By the time you get in the ring with Juan Osuna, it would be 5 months. But you're saying that if you didn't take this, it would have been on the Belonga card, which is the same month, just a couple days later, right? And he on the
Yeah,
24th.
yeah, 24th. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely. Yeah,
so either or, it was pretty much the same thing as whether you want to get out faster or not. Then.
yeah, definitely. I was trying to get, and then it was like a opportunity to be on like the main card as well. So there was like instead of being the before the bell, you know, it was a chance to get some TV time, and I was like definitely, I want to. This will be, I'll be able to show like everything. I'll be able to show a lot. With different fights, I try to show different skills. And sometimes I try to show that I can box, and sometimes I can show I have power. But with different opponents, it brings out different aspects of who I am.
For sure. Champ, so you've been out since September 23rd, pretty much the end of the month. How much time did you take off? Because obviously you had your holidays, or did you get right back in the gym?
Oh, we've been working on just staying in the gym. For example, like for that reason, right there. We were comfortable with being able to say, yeah, we'll take that fight. Because we were already in the gym and training and and doing the things that we were doing to stay in close to the weight and stay in shape and things like that. So yeah, now that I sit back and as soon as it happened, my father looked at me like, "You see why we supposed to stay in the gym? You see." It sucks when you be like, "Yeah, you was right," but he was right. You see what I'm saying? So those are the type of things that we've been working. That's the big thing that we've been working on, staying in the gym. Like even if it's not like going crazy, just staying active and getting, you know. Even after this fight, we plan on going in Vegas, staying about 2 weeks. Working around the gyms and get some sparring and working like that, just to stay in the flow in the midst of things.
Oh, wow. So after this fight, you plan on staying out there an extra 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I got a couple questions from the people here. We got New York Bullet that says, "What's up, champ? Who were some of the fighters that inspired you to box, if any? Blessings to you on your career."
There was a lot of like all time. Sugar Ray Leonard is like my favorite fighter of all time. But sometimes we forget to mention the guys who are in the same neighborhood as us that we looked up to. You know, we skip over those guys that actually were there, that you actually got to see one on one grow, and then you was inspired to be like that guy. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So who are those,
So
some of those guys for
like,
you?
I have guys like Tyrell Wright, John Thompson. I just sparred him like not too long ago.
I know
Or
John. He from Newark.
yeah, you know John Thompson. You know Apollo Kid. You know
Yeah,
we got guys like who else? Marcus Brown. You know I was sparring with
for
that guy
sure.
since forever. You know um it's Steven Nelson. You know um
Damn, you got work with Steven too?
definitely, yeah. Hell yeah, definitely. Steven Nelson. I was sparring Sergey Devinchenko. You see what I'm saying? So these are like what's he called? Alan Lawrence, you know, Dewdrop, you know, guys
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, Jose Concepcion. For those who don't know, Ian Green.
Shout out
You
to
know,
Ian.
Ian, yeah, Pooh. But
He
these are
just
the
got a
guys
big
that
win over Vaughn
big, yeah,
Alexander.
definitely shout out to Ian. He doing his thing for real. But yeah, these are the guys that I seen growing up that weren't there yet, but
Mm-hmm.
they're they were ahead of me. You see what I'm saying? They're ahead of me, and I want to do what he did today. I seen him beat up like 6 dudes today. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to tell my coach like I'm gonna spar and I'm gonna try to do exactly what he did tomorrow. You see, those are the guys that actually got us to where we are today. Not the guys that we looked up to on TV. You see what I'm saying? But those are the guys that actually like put that battery in your back and made you wanna do it.
For sure. Speaking of some of them guys, I seen you getting that work with former champ Kurt Cedes. I know he spent some time in jail. He's back trying to get his career right. And I've always gotten to see him spar with my time at Terrific Gym. That dude's a buzzsaw, man. How's that work been?
Bro, that's the work that people run from, bro.
I know.
That's the work that people run from, but that's the work I feel as though I need.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that work is gonna take me to the next level. I'm scheduled. We scheduled to go back actually, um, tomorrow. I think we're going back tomorrow actually. But he's constant pressure, and it helps me work on my ring generalship, my jab, and just popping and moving and things like that. Like, so I honestly feel like I'm already ahead of a lot of these guys at my weight class. You know, like far as like I feel like I can outbox any of these guys. Honestly, bro. Like they're like one dimensional. It's either one guy has a good jab, or one guy punches hard, or one guy just in really good shape. There's never all around. You see what I'm saying? So like I feel like I'm about to take over.
Can't wait, can't wait. I got a few more questions for you. I got Rod in LA. He says, who would you say at this point of your career would be your step up fight?
Um, I would say I wanna fight the guys like uh Watty, uh the guy he fought was I can't remember the guy's name with the dreads that he fought.
Richards, is that Daniel Richards?
Yeah, Daniel Richards. The guys that that have been on that stage. That are that's gonna make sure that when I take this guy out, there's no debating about if I'm the real deal or not, or if I'm ready to compete with these type of guys. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who like the Anthony Yards, we try to fight the Canadian guy. Um, can't think of his name at the moment. I knocked out Marcus Brown.
John Pascal?
Pascal. We want all the smoke, man.
Oh,
We want
wow.
all the smoke. These are the guys that we've been trying to like make it happen. I don't talk too much, man. I just get to the fight and make it happen. So
Craig Richards, that's certainly a big step up too, man. Those are and John Pascal would be a a great name for you to have on your resume. That's certainly some good fights there. James Benitez in Alabama says, James from Decatur, formerly Huntsville, Alabama. I got a few things to run by you. Who's a bigger star right now, Francis Ngannou or Deontay Wilder?
Ngannou. Definitely.
Second, he says second is, if you were to be on the 5-on-5 Queensberry versus Matchroom card, who would you match up with? I say Ezra Taylor. Last, what would you normally weigh in on fight night? So this morning we had the conversation because I don't know if you know, but Turkey Al-Sheikh, who's putting up all the money for them big-ass fights, he wants Eddie, which is your promoter, to make a card with Frank and it's 5 of his guys versus 5 of Eddie's guys. And obviously the fight fans was matching you with Ezra Teller. Have you ever heard of him?
I'm not sure if I've heard of him. Honestly, not really, but I'm with it all. I've seen it. I've seen a little bit of it earlier. But like around this time, I don't really be on like social media and things like that as we get closer to the fight. But I got a little wind of it. And I probably had to check the guy out. I don't think I've seen him before. And around you said the weight that I weigh in on the day of weigh-in.
Nah, I guess he means fight night.
Oh, fight night. I'll be about, I say 186, 187.
Damn, that's not a lot. That's like 10 pounds.
Yeah, now that's something new that we've been working on now though, because we don't want to shoot up crazy and then have to, so that's part of the program I was telling you about, staying in the gym and keep that short, that window.
For sure. The next one, let me see here. That's last part of his says, okay. The next one is from Against the Ropes with Dosey says, who is your biggest win so far, you would say?
Our biggest win would be, I would say, William Langston, in my opinion, because I look at it as to what have they done since me? You see what I'm saying? Like since we fought, what have they done? And
Absolutely.
he went on to win a belt, and he's fought Dante Lane to a draw, and which some people feel as though he won, and I can see
ain't that the fight? Ain't that the Dante Benjamin you talking about? Ain't that the fight that got him cut, right?
Yeah, Benjamin, instead of not Lane, my bad. Dante Benjamin. Yeah, that fight. So I was kind of like, I'm looking at that can be a potential opponent again in the future, because he's taking off, bro. He's doing his thing. We talk all the time, we cool, but I definitely feel as though that's one of my if the most formidable opponent, most recognizable opponent yet.
Okay. What's your thoughts on that Bradley Olameda fight? He hasn't fought since you, but I had watched him fight one time, I think, live in Atlanta, and I thought that was going to be a tricky fight. How'd that play out for you?
Hey, it's crazy that you mentioned him, because after the fight he had went home, and I like to keep in contact with guys in case we do like a camp, we get some sparring and things like that to help me. He had got shot in his back when he went back to Puerto Rico. Yeah, so he was in critical condition for a little while, but he's back stable, and he's doing well. I'm not sure if he's back in the gym or not, but he's doing well.
That was a difficult one for me, bro, because obviously I know you from New Jersey and your trainers and the people around you like Shadeja and Ian Green, and I know this kid because I called this fight in Atlanta, and I know his story. Like, he had got the government of Puerto Rico, gave him a special pass to come to Atlanta for that fight while he was on parole. So I knew he had a rough life. So when I seen he was going up against you, I knew it was going to be tough for him. But I didn't know his life was that rough, because I know he was already on parole. But look, like you say, he went back and got shot. So it sucks, man. But
he was a tough guy. It started off as like, all right, we're gonna see. He's trying to feel him out. He's trying to feel me out, and the guy he was sharp. I didn't expect him to be like that, but I felt like my coach was like, put the pressure on him, put the pressure on him. Like certain shots are starting to like have more effect, like the body shots are having more effect on him, and I feel as though like I was letting him out a lot. I corner him and then I let him right out. Which gave him more room to or more opportunity, more time to survive and things like that. But definitely, bro, I didn't know he was gonna be that tall either. A box rec be lying. So like the last fight, they said the guy was 5'11". I got to him, and he's like 6'3". Like, okay, but it is what it is, man. It's the sport we chose. So, but
How's that
yeah,
work? Because I always see Canelo get to a weigh-in and damn near everybody's bigger than him, but he doesn't let the size affect him. So do you rather be the bigger man or do you prefer to be the smaller man? Because I've interviewed smaller guys that like to be smaller because they feel they can get on the inside on the taller fighter easier.
honestly, I feel like I like. I don't know. It's difficult to say because as a small guy, a taller guy would try to like keep you at the end. It's more difficult. I would rather a person try to come fight me. You see what I'm saying? To come fight like me be the taller guy. Because I have no problem with locking horns. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. And for my style of fighting, I would probably say to be the bigger guy. It makes it easy off my jab.
Yeah.
Makes the fight easy off the jab.
Keep him at the end of the stick.
Yeah, definitely.
Champ, well, those are all the questions, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. Obviously, good luck on the fight. Let everybody know how they could watch it and where they could follow you at.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Khil Cole #1, on Twitter, Khil Cole #1, and fight February 3rd. Y'all can watch it on the Zone, the app, but it's gonna be live. So just tune in.
All right, Champ. Appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing. We proud of you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you for having me.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Up-and-coming prospect Khil Cole looking to turn contender here on February 3rd. He's going to be going up against an undefeated fighter, and those are the difficult ones, right? Because you don't know anything about him, bro. You go through this dude's record, and it's like 20-something fights in Mexico that you probably can't get no tape on. So, I'm hoping that Khil does what he needs to do to keep on moving, and that in the future maybe we could talk about him being one of those guys that Eddie turned into a star. This guy comes from my neighborhood, not my neighborhood, right? Because he's more Jersey City than Newark, but some of his peoples is from Newark, and he's from Jersey City regardless. That's right there for us. Jersey City and Newark is like right there, literally. So yeah, man, I'm proud of him, man. I want everybody to win, and I hope he wins, especially in such a step up. I mean, even though this dude has all Mexican fights, I almost find it strange that he's being put in this fight. I mean, he's only 7-0, being put in there with a guy 21-0. And then a 21-0 dude that's unknown, you know what I mean? It's almost like the Ngannou fight. You don't know what you're going to get till you get it on the night of. But I got callers, Spider Rico. Oh, Spider Rico. Oh, what up, champ? While we wait for Rico to connect on Discord, don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Actually, I could get this other interview, bro. Let me see his homie Avels. Knock this shit out. Yeah, he actually is. We might as well get this on. I lost my glasses today, man. Tight. What up, Spider Rico?
Not much. I'm just calling in. My fault I got you in trouble earlier. Everybody was mad at you because what you said.
I don't know what you're talking about, but all right.
I bet. You don't know what I'm talking about then. Hey, what's up, TVV Universe? It's Esteban from Oregon with Love. It's an ice storm out over here in Eugene. I don't know about y'all. We gotta stay warm. I came in to tell y'all I pray for we and me. that Allah guide us the ways of peace and safety, the straight way, never to go astray. We is me. You flip the W upside down. We is me. We together. We, if you make it a we stands for me stands for men everywhere. Men everywhere. ME. We all together, y'all. Esteban from Oregon with Love. I'm gone.
Yo, Esteban.
Oh shit. What's up?
Esteban, you got a
Yeah.
counterpunch from Soko.
What's a
Soko.
counterpunch?
It means you could call back in and spit that hot shit again whenever you're
All
ready.
right, babe. Let me gather my thoughts. You gonna be on the show for a minute?
I'm gonna be here.
All right, babe. I'm gonna call back.
You got it. Matador, what up? Champ. Matador, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You there?
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy this fight here. I think it's wild how like this was the fight that was supposed to happen before even Devin was, in the picture. Like he would have got iced out if it wasn't for Loma backing out, and then now it's happening. So it's kind of funny how everything comes back to how it was supposed to be. I don't know. I feel like he could have probably fought Shakur, but I feel like Bob probably put both guys on the table for him, and he probably asked, "What's more money?" I don't know. Something had to happen because I don't know. They're both signed a top break, so I guess they could unify after, right?
Well, I mean, Shakur said it. He made it clear that Loma turned down the most money he ever made not to fight him. I don't know how Shakur would know that, but I'm just telling you what Shakur said. You know.
Yeah, that I don't know. That's kind of weird. I mean, you think anything that he would make here is more than Australia? Because I mean, if Kambosos, there's a lot of people over there that are Lomachenko fans. I feel like they'll get that big stadium again over there, like the one they did in the first fight with Devin Haney for Lomachenko on this fight. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the numbers to be honest, so I can't even say. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But anyways, wouldn't after this fight, wouldn't you said Zepeda and Hughes are fighting each other, right, for a final eliminator?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that winner have to fight? Because IBF does, like, if there's a vacant title, like there's a fight for the vacant title, and then the final eliminator gets automatic, like, next shot, like, opportunity to fight that the winner.
I mean, you know how that goes, bro. They put people in final eliminators, then they put them in another eliminator. So yeah, he's in position, but we don't know when exactly that position, when it happens. If that makes any sense.
No, yeah, I get it. I just thought, like, I thought they were the ones that kind of enforced it, because, like, with Opatai, like, they didn't like who he was gonna fight, and they stripped him, like, right away. I thought IBF was kind of strict on that.
Yeah,
and they were like, okay, if it's a vacant, you fight the final eliminator winner right away. I don't care.
I mean, they're usually good with it, and they approve Kambosos, and Loma. So we'll see.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like Loma's gonna end up fighting Shakur. Like I feel like that'll happen this year. I don't think he would duck him. Like, it's too late to be like saying ducking him, ducking that. Like, he wants to be undisputed. He's gonna have to do it from zero. So he's gonna have to try and collect all the belts from nothing again and try to make that happen. So I feel like it'll be an easy fight to make, and he'll probably take that fight later on this year. But that's my call.
All right. Appreciate you, man. If you guys want to call in, now is the time. We do need you to go ahead and either press that one button if you're on the landline or request on Twitter Spaces and Discord. I got one possible interview, and I might have missed him, but he should be checking in about another 3 minutes. This could get good. It could be interesting. This interview will be a little bit different. So hopefully we get it, just to change things up a bit. But if you want to call in the meantime, the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion. Discord available. Twitter Spaces available. Who is this? Give me a sec here as I pull this up. Oh, is this rolling with the punches? Who's this in the 231?
Rolling with the punches, man. Good stuff.
What up,
Good shit,
champ?
man.
How
What
are
up,
you, bro?
man?
This a
turn you
new
down in the
number.
background. Hold on.
This a new number,
Yeah,
but
it
you're the
is.
only.
Hey, yo, I would have called many times before, but like that shit was like for some reason my phone was like for the long distance thing, he was trying to charge me like an arm and a leg for every minute, and I was like, and then you got a lot of callers and all that kind of stuff, so I was like, I'll get the little house.
I mean, you could always use Discord and Twitter Spaces. Those things are free too. But what's up, brother? How you been?
Yeah. I've been good, man. I've been good. I appreciate that, man, for sure. I've been good. How you been?
Can't
How you
complain,
been, like,
man.
outside the world.
Can't complain,
Yeah,
man.
beautiful
Can't
stuff.
complain, man.
Heck yeah.
Rocking and rolling.
So quickly, I kind of been out the loop a little bit, man. To be honest, and shit, man, for real. But I see what you guys are talking about. It says Vasiliy and Kambosos in Australia, May 11th.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Okay. I mean, just to get my my little insight or what I'm thinking just from that is, shoot. I mean, that's a good fight for one. I think that's a good fight, definitely. I think but I haven't lost a lot of faith in Vasiliy. I like the older dudes, like George will be around here for a while. He'll be around here for a while. So he has a lot of heart in it. So Vasiliy ain't gonna be around for too much longer. So I'm kind of hoping for a nice little push, towards the end of the career. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean that'd be nice, man. That'd be good for boxing, good for him and shit. Seeing how he was crying last time. Not that's a bad thing. I'm just saying like he was really heartfelt, about that last fight. So no, that'd be cool, man. It's some cool shit, man. Seriously. But it's good. It's good to talk to you though, man. It's been a long time, man. Straight up. Hey, I just want to ask you. I wanted to ask you a question and shit about the border wars, man. That ain't, you ain't ever gonna bring that back to Watertown?
I don't know, man. People been asking for it. It's looking like we gonna have to bring it back.
Hey, Watertown be beautiful. Hey, that was a beautiful setup, scenery to this day. Because people be bringing it up, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, they be bringing it up all the time. And to this day, I'm like, hey, man, like, that shit was, I'm like, hey, it pays to run a marathon. Because people be like, yo, you pay to fight and shit? I'm like, yeah, you got to pay to run a marathon. I'm like, what do you mean you got to pay to run? I'm like, so yeah, pay to fight. I'm like, that shit is a beautiful setup. You feel like I'm just saying like that, but the Watertown setup was gorgeous though, man. The way you guys, I remember pulling up and shit, seeing like that shit was hard work and seeing everybody out there just moving 110%, man. For real, like putting up the the ring, like everything. That shit was dope though. That shit was, and I just want to say on the side note on that, man, like, thank you for the one lifetime experience. That's why I did it. That's why I did it, because that's what you said, yo. That's what you were like, hey, yo, it's an experience. And I was like, man, I bet you that shit is. But I didn't expect it to be that legit though. Like people complain about the little bit of money and shit and all that. That shit was legit. You know what I'm saying? That shit felt. So I'm saying, man, yeah, much love to you, Ness, man. Like I said, it's been a while. I don't want to keep going too much and shit, man. But I was been keeping an eye and ear out for you, man, for real. Like, hey, God bless you, man, straight up. It's the world we live in. Before not to think about God. So yeah,
Appreciate
much
you,
love,
champ.
though, man, for real.
Nah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Appreciate it.
All right, 100%. Well, I'll talk to you later on that for sure. Much love. Hey, much love to the chat room. For
All
real.
right.
Much love, no lie.
You
I'll
got
see
it.
you
You
later.
got it.
Much
Yo,
love.
so I'm actually communicating with FTWR, and that's who made this shirt. You can pick it up using the TBV link and code, get 15% off. But I'm having them make that Devin Haney shirt, man. And I obviously I reached out to Devin before I did it. I ain't trying to get in trouble or nothing like that. But they sent me two options. I'm going with the option on the right. I like the fight with that letter, not that old. This is called Gothic letters, I think, or Old English. That shit. Ain't nobody want that shit on the left. So the one on the right that says I only fight champs, and then that's the back of the shirt. Gamboa, Linares, Diaz, Kambosos, Loma, Regis. Talk to him. Talk to him. Maybe we should throw a Haney face in front though, right? And then like small I only fight champs. I don't know. That's front and back though. Again, not the one on the left. I don't like them letters. We ain't going with that. But I definitely like that shirt idea, man. He needs to run with that shit. So hopefully it comes out nice. And I'm trying to buy some time, as my second guest said he is available. So I'm trying to get him on and get this little hot take out there. Whenever he joins us. Let me hit him up. Sorry for the dead air. One-man team. You already know. Oh, man. Where the fuck? Okay, here we go. All right, so I could take some callers while we wait. James Benitez, what it do?
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yo, man. Yo, hey, that was a good interview, man. Solid interview with Khil Cole, man. I think, when it's all said and done, man, he should be up there with probably some of the best names that came out of New Jersey. Like Kendall Holt and maybe Shakur or whatever, or shit, who knows, man? He may even pass him. He got a long hill. You got you. I'll holler back at me.
All right, champ. Appreciate you.
Hello, hello.
How are you, Eden?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Happy to have you on the show and see can we not get this story out there, which seems to be an interesting one. So, do we go with Eden Grodex or what are we doing?
I'm just eating from Grodex. I just have to warn before any story goes out, no specific names, just for legal reasons. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going into exactly, what was being said or being
All
told to.
right. So let's start from the beginning.
Yes, sir.
You were some form of fighter, correct?
Yes. Yeah. I boxed
Amateur,
for.
professional, what exactly? Just so we know how to categorize it.
Yeah, I would say high level amateur. I was pursuing Olympic qualification when I stopped competing.
I seen that you sparred the biggest names too. Some very very impressive names. Feel free to let our audience know it's a very hardcore show, so they will be impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to name drop too much. It's all on YouTube. But if I must, I mean, like everybody in the top in the 135, I feel like I sparred most of the top names in 135. that are in the pros right now. I did spar them like early on, I feel like in their careers, because back then I was like 16, 17 when I was sparring them, and they were about the same age, except for Loma. Loma was a little older. Yeah.
So what is your relations to the company Grodex?
I'm a co-founder. I founded the company with my father.
Okay, so that's your dad.
Yes, sir.
It's so funny that life is full circle because I've been seeing those bags in the gym for a while, and they
Oh, yeah.
always look higher end, higher. I guess the best way to is just more expensive. They look more expensive. I would say the leather. You can tell right away from the leather, and they always have like a ring on the top to
Yes,
hold
sir.
the chains. It's a completely different design from any other heavy bags that I've seen. I guess, are they more expensive than your traditional heavy bags because of how luxurious they look or exotic they look?
Yeah, I mean, like, price point is not something that we were looking at in the beginning when making the punching bags. It's something that we circled around to later in the process. But, like, we looked to bring the best possible equipment to boxing because I feel like boxing lacks good equipment. And one niche that we saw that was lacking in boxing was the punching bags. So we went out, we worked with a leather manufacturer, a tannery in Italy that manufactures leather for like Hermes and Saint Laurent and Prada, and we, chose to work with them. We had the option of like working with a U.S. manufacturer, and they brought us to their leather section. It's 100,000 square foot leather manufacturing, and we chose this specific leather and we developed it for boxing so it would feel correct, not too hard, not too soft, for your punches to sit in the bags when you're punching them, not to rebound, you know and the material is good. If you're using a $500 pair of Grant gloves or winning gloves and you got leather and you're burning it on the PVC, the traditional bags, well, you're ruining those gloves. And plus, if you're a boxer and let's say your wrists and your hands are your money makers, it's good to punch a bag that will prolong those punching bags. And I wonder which gym you saw those in, but like a notable gym that we started working with from the beginning was Virgil Hunter. And Virg and I have a very close relationship. I'm proud to say that he's a very good mentor in a lot of ways to me. And I remember when I brought the first punching bag to him to show him, you know, um, he said, "Well, why should I pay this price point for a punching bag?" He said, "If it's so expensive, I'm getting free stuff from every company, even the ones with the highest ticket price." I told him, "Verge, look, this is different." I told him the story of how we started. I've told him the story of, what it means to us to make each punching bag, what the Grodex names means for me and my family, and he believed in us. I told him, look, try it out for a month. If you don't like it, we'll put it down. You'll put your other punching bags up. And after a month, he came back and he ordered 3 more punching bags. And I think one of the special things we've done for boxing, everything that we do is for boxing and for the sport, is we created over 150 different versions of punching bags. And each punching bag is designed for you to perfect a certain technique, a certain punch, to work on different things. It's all for the enjoyment of the person and for the health of the person. And we're not really looking, we don't do this for a high ticket item, for a oh, it's expensive and they're trying to make money. No, a punching bag takes 3 people 1 week to complete full time, from the cutting of the leather to stuffing the leather to sewing the everything. And I think maybe people overlook it, and maybe that's because of a lack of communication from my end. So I'm really thankful for you allowing me to come on here and talk to you. Appreciate that.
Again, just because there's a price point, have you thought of, I guess, ways to get outside funding to get your bags that you believe can benefit fighters into less, boxing is a blue collar sport. Not everybody got. A lot of these gyms get their equipment donated from the Everlasts of the world and things like that. I'm just trying to figure out, if you've looked at a way to get your items in those gyms that may not be able to have world champions just yet, that could just purchase the bag and let other guys work on it.
I mean, our cheapest model starts at $125. Our most popular model is like around 160. So I mean, those are attainable and those can be broken up through payments on the website to like four payments, interest free. And then we also started to release a synthetic collection, which is the same as the leather punching bags with the ring, except they're made out of the PVC material. And those are the same price that is on the market, even cheaper on some models. So I'm definitely think about the boxing world, and we're launching this year a boxing program, a boxing gym program. It's called Grodex Gyms, where we're going to release some of the most unique boxing equipment, I should say, for gyms that will help boxing gyms not only gain customers with the presence of the gym that they'll have, but also we have programs that will allow them to build like their own e-commerce store and sell our equipment and get percentages from it, and it's all online, and use their gym and their beliefs and their techniques to promote the equipment. And the equipment that they purchase for the gym, if we do like a whole gym order, they can break the payments into 3-year term, 2-year term, interest free, low monthly payments. And that's because we believe in this equipment so much that everyone that has committed and bought a gym from us has seen a positive return, has seen more clients. Either it's because they're commit and they believe in themselves so much, or it's because the equipment also helps on the side of putting a presentable image for their gym and showing, allowing them to communicate their technique. I had a lot of coaches say like, look, ever since we got the gym full of the bags, people just come in here, we don't even have to say anything. They touch the bags, they go around, they have fun, okay, we want to sign up. So there's two sides to it. We're not just a high ticket item. Everything we're doing is for the betterment of the sport.
You have some of these bags in James Prince's gym, correct, in Houston?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I seen Jared. I actually recorded Jared working the heavy bag in that gym.
Oh, okay, very nice.
So
Anderson.
the one I'm super interested in is the I want to call it a body bag because it looks like a fucking human. Obviously you're doing the Tank Davis uppercut on it, and
okay, yeah.
I really like that bag. What's something like this cost?
So that's a Silhouette Pro. That one's super difficult to make, like that feature right there, where the face pops out.
Yeah.
I think that goes for around 1,600, 16 something.
That's a nice looking bag, and if you've ever hit a heavy bag, right? Like you always find yourself accidentally throwing uppercuts at a heavy bag, which isn't the right punch to throw at a heavy bag. So the fact that you have the face protruding so you can land an uppercut is pretty innovative. But you guys have a lot of innovative things here, things that we haven't seen before. Where do you get some of these ideas? Like, I'm assuming this is a target pad, but you've made it with, I guess, is that metal so that the trainer can hold it and, be more comfortable, which makes sense.
We have a target pad, but that's a ring. That's for fitness. So you can have both hands on the metal bar. You can spin like you're throwing hooks. I'm charging my phone. So you can spin like this with it, like you're throwing hooks, screw forward, spinning. There's like a lot of different variations you can do, and each of those is made to target a certain muscle group, like I was saying earlier.
Yeah, I was doing some reading where you had another contraption that had the weight in the center, and you were saying that it was
Yes,
made to focus on the core.
exactly. That's a Saturn ring.
The
Mike
Saturn ring,
Basil
yes.
loves to use that one. He's telling me, "Well, you have another one in stock. Let me know. I'll get one." You know, he really enjoys it for his strength training.
So okay, so that's the one I seen. I seen it when Benavidez and Boo Boo were fighting. You guys did a post. I'm gonna just screen share it, and it's Boo Boo using the Saturn ring. So the center is weighted, right? And
Yes,
obviously, someone in the comment section said, "What's the difference between doing what he's doing with a weighted plate that you would find at the gym?" So yeah, what is some of the differences? Like again, someone is seeing this, they think, yeah, I could just grab a 45-pound plate.
exactly. And the weight is all in the center. So what that means is, it's a different proportion of weight. Where a plate, you have the weight all spread out throughout the plate. It's not the same effect, and you really have to tighten your core whenever you're twisting with it. It's just those little adjustments that will make the difference between just using a plate and using a ball inside of the Saturn ring.
Who would you say is your biggest client? And I don't mean like consistent. I mean the highest level. Like, is there a Floyd that's purchased a bag, or would that be Shakur Stevenson or a Devin Haney? Because I know. Well, actually, Devin must have been working on your bags at. That must have been
Virgil's.
Virgil's gym. Virgil's
Yeah,
gym.
Devin also got some for his house. He's been a supporter. I would say Fanfara, Andreas Fanfara. He got
Andres
a gym.
Fonfora is your biggest client.
He's been one of the biggest supporters for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me
He's
how. What
if
he's opened a few gyms. What is he doing after boxing?
Yeah, he got a gym in Chicago.
Okay.
It's for the youth and everything like that. I don't even know. He must have like at least 20 bags in there.
Whoa.
And just a couple speed bags, different reflex bags. It's a serious gym. Yeah, he always, whenever we post something new or a new invention, I gotta have that. Big supporter.
Speaking of your speed bags, why did you decide to not just design speed bag, but you designed the entire contraption with the mounting bracket as well? Like, you don't normally see that. What was the thought process behind, going entire speed bag with mounting bracket, backboard? I mean, it feels like a lot.
Yeah. Anthony Joshua got one of those. Caleb Plant got one of those. Fanfara, I could name a few names, but with that one, again, everything that we do is for the comfort of the person. So that one has a hydraulic press that you can pump up and down instead of twisting. The like a lot of them you have to twist or you have to adjust, and they're pretty complicated. With this one, you put in a rod, you pump it, and you can make the speed bag rise or fall as to your preferred height, and it's pretty effortless. The other thing is, if it's just a speed bag mount, a lot of them shake. This one doesn't shake. And, you get the proper rebound. Like you see Floyd Mayweather on on you know on the YouTube clip when he's punching speed bags. He's an artist with that, and that's something that we wanted to replicate with the speed bag. And we went all in one. We want someone when they purchase our product to purchase it and then they're happy with it. They don't have to think about, oh, is it gonna break? Is it gonna work? It's a one buy and you're happy with it.
Tell me it was difficult to convince Ishmael Salas.
Man, yeah, no. It's still difficult, after he purchased from us 3 bags, he's very difficult to, to deal with.
So wait, difficult because he feels like he deserves a discount for buying 3, or difficult because he just doesn't want to pay the price? What? How?
And he doesn't want to wait for us to manufacture it. And that's one of
Oh.
the biggest
Oh, wait a minute. So you
pieces.
don't have these things on stock. These are made to order.
Yeah, leather ones are made to order. Very
Oh,
rarely will we have stock.
what? What's the delivery time or the manufacturing time?
Week to 2 weeks, most
Oh,
cases.
that's not bad. That's not
But
bad.
up to 45 days if it's really like bad.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's, winning gloves
So
you
is
gotta
it
wait
is it
six
a
months for.
week? Is it a week to 2 weeks per bag, or a week to 2 weeks per order?
Depends on the order. Usually we try to do per order basis. We try to work as fast as possible because, especially if it's a championship category trainer or a person getting ready for a fight, that's a priority, and we try to get it to them as fast as possible. But if it's a 20 bag order, it's gonna take us, maybe 3 weeks maximum to manufacture
I hate to
nonstop.
get so personal, but what's the plan for scaling, right? Like, cause how many bags can you sell? Like Virgil already bought, let's say, a gym worth, and the
Yeah.
leather is high end Italian leather, so it's not gonna
Yeah.
break in 3-4 years, right? Like, how do you
No,
make more money if you eventually target all the gyms? Now everybody's got your bag. Now they got these expensive bags that don't break down. Where do you go? How do you make more?
100%. And the punching bags is just something that, like Louis Vuitton has the suitcase, the travel bag. That's how they started, right? But then look at them right now. And you don't think with the innovation that we bring to the products that we've developed, just with punching bags, that's just us showing what we're capable of. I mean, I have catalogs and catalogs of products that I could just release, kind of like, Drake has a bunch of unreleased songs. I can just pump it out. I can drop out collection of
I love it. I love it. That was a great
10
one-liner.
boxing gloves, whatever is needed. I can show you right, like, it's nothing.
No, listen,
So
I was super
yeah.
excited for this because I think that, your family is very innovative. The products, it's like you said, they seem so fun. Like, I've never seen this next bag. I'm assuming it's an uppercut bag, but it looks so enormous that it's like, is this for a coach that has young kids so they can all hit the uppercut at the same time? What was the design? I mean, what was the thought process behind designing this, and am I correct? Is this a giant uppercut bag?
It's a horizontal bag, so you can wear your jab all across the bag, and you can go under it if you want to, like slips. And then on the ends, you can work uppercuts, hooks, all types of punches. And that one was, when I was young and up and coming in boxing, my pops would always make me different types of equipment. And with that equipment, like I think on our TikTok, there's a video where we show the progression. Like I'm 13, 14, 15. He'd come into the boxing gym, look what I'm working on, and he'd come to his wood shop. He's a master craftsman. He'd make a bag and he'd bring it back, and that was one of the original models he made. And that one was just for parallel working the jab and going back and working 1-2s, 1-2, stepping over alongside the bag. It's unique, and it's all made for like, think about it this way. The products that we originally developed was a father making it out of the love that he had for his son and wanting his son to succeed. Now that comes full circle, that I'm old enough to put out some of the ideas that he had originally in his life out, and give him the credit deserved, because he's tried to work with numerous different boxing brands and different brands in general that have told him, like, your idea is not good, and then they release it a month or two later. Like, this kind of stuff happens, and
So
I
wait,
just
you
wanted to
guys
put
are
some.
not you're not putting patents on these ideas, or does that
No,
not
yeah,
exist? Okay.
that's one of the things that we did was put patents. The boxing bags are patented. It took some years to get it. We do have patents, and thank God that we do. For the U.S. Patent Office to recognize the patent takes a lot of work.
So is your last name the same as the billionaire from the Zone? Do you pronounce it the same way?
I don't know. I don't know the last name.
What? How do you
Um,
pronounce your last name?
no, my last name is Lesnick, but Grodex comes from the last name Grodecki, which is my great grandmother's last name. She comes from Polish, like nobility, and during World War II, my great grandfather was in Ukraine, and the Nazis captured Ukraine, and she had to work. She had, the whole long story, like the whole family story is crazy. But eventually, she would steal the people's documents that were, let's say, Jewish, and she would hide the documents so the Nazis couldn't prove that they were Jewish, and they couldn't take them to concentration camps. And she did this with about 80 lives. So her whole life she was like a very heroic woman. She was a single mother taking care of twins during the war and two young kids. And she made it through it with them, under very harsh conditions, no food and stuff like that. So she went through a lot. And um, my great grandfather had a leather factory and he had a lot of workers, but communism took all of that away. But now, generations down the line, we have the opportunity to do something with leather. We have to, and this was very personal to me when starting the brand. And I wanted to name it something, something that represents the family. And my dad initially wanted to name the company Vertex, which like the pinnacle. And I said, no, there's too many vertexes. So I combined Vertex and Grodex, and we got Grodex.
So another one that struck my eye, and I don't know, obviously I guess because I'm a superhero fan, right? So I was always into the arrow. This looks like a bow and arrow, but then I'm also more curious to know, does it actually work or is it going to fall over when you start hitting on it? Is that plate at the bottom weighted? Is the disc slotted so you can screw it to the ground? Talk to us about this one. Oh shit, I'm showing my text instead of this.
That's all good.
Now you see it, right?
Yeah, that's a double M bag. That's the world's first portable double M bag. It comes with suction cups. Now, if you don't have suction cups, we offer a
Oh.
sandbag for 100 with 100 pounds. Now, 100 pounds is all you need to weigh down this bag, and it works. It's in that position, and then it also goes horizontally. You can change the position if you'd like. I think I have videos of it, of punching it, but I posted a lot, so it might be hard to find.
So I see that it's slotted at the bottom. Are those like cross drills so you can screw into the ground or no?
No, those are for the suction cups and for screws to connect the actual metal frame to it. But if you wanted to, theoretically, you could drill the metal plate into the ground.
Yeah,
There'd
that
be a
one
lot
was
of.
interesting. So, you don't really have a rival, right? Because I don't know any other high-end bag.
I mean, Winnie sells theirs for a lot, but I don't see too many people. I don't think their price point is justified. They don't even use leather. But a lot of these
Wait,
brands.
winning bags are not leather, or are the gloves also
No,
not
no, no.
leather?
The gloves are pigskin, but the bags are um, I don't know how to say that. Pleather. They're not leather.
Yeah, okay. We all know pleather. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I don't want to misspeak about anyone. But in terms of competitions, I don't think anyone's willing to put in the dedication that we have towards these bags. Um, But in terms of competition, I have seen a lot of people trying to copy us. Whether it's the logo, I had some encounters with people wanting us to manufacture their bags, then turning around and trying to manufacture it themselves. A famous UFC coach with his own glove brand. That's as far as I'll say. But the patent kind of stood its case there. A couple boxing brands now are trying to copy the designs with the ring and things like that. Some are trying to copy the logo, how we have the G in the logo and like the logo placement, and even like our bags have a logo area where the logo area is a different color from the hitting section. A lot of that is going on, and it's really annoying because the way they're presenting it is like they've invented it. And like that's really frustrating knowing the amount of work and the amount of time that we've put into it. So when I came into this business, I wanted to bring a quality product into boxing because I saw no one was making quality products at the moment. But now I see that a lot of these companies are just copying one another, and they don't really have someone in the company that's been a boxer, been through it, sparred these top guys, or been in the ring with these top guys, and like knows what equipment is needed for the boxers. So like with the background that my family has, it feels really justified that we're able to bring something to the boxing world like this. But yeah, it's really annoying. It's really annoying. I wish I could say names exactly, but the way some of these cats act is like they immediately they try to get you for defamation or something like that. And I'm the type to be like, look, if we got an argument, let's talk facts, let's speak the truth, and let's see, who's telling the truth. And the other way, I always, in the boxing ring. So if any of these, I guarantee you, not one boxing Brea owner can whoop me in the boxing ring. I'll put it like that for sure.
Well, I'm messy, man. So I feel like Box Raw is trying to come out with a brand new line that's very similar to yours. It's high end, it's sleek. It doesn't look identical to yours. So I can see where they may get offended if we try to say that they're copying. It doesn't have the ring, but I feel like it has that high end leather, sleek look that you went for. But it is different, but again, the same. You be the judge and let the audience be the judge. But these are the bags that I'm talking about that I feel resemble yours slightly. More these kind that narrow at the bottom. This one here, resembles your ring bag without the ring at the top.
Well, they do got a ring.
Oh, it's just not showing?
Like if you go, if we breaking it down, let's break it down. Let's get messy.
Okay.
I've seen these. They've been brought up to me, and I think they look pretty identical. So that's just my opinion. But let's go by facts. Let's go on their page and go on their punching bag section. Let's go look at this.
Let's see here.
And you could be the judge. I'm not trying to make any statements. I could just present what I'm seeing. Oh no, on their stories, you see how they have the highlights?
Oh, on the
Or
story?
maybe on, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Or
right here,
yeah.
bags.
Let's see.
Punching
Punching
bag
bags
redefined.
redefined. See,
6 reinforced straps.
inserted steel
Oh
ring.
yeah, yep. It does say ring there.
So, it's impossible to make this design of punching bags without a ring because the ring keeps the straps parallel and the straps that the bags hang from. And that allows the stuffing from the bags does not, how do I say, it doesn't get misplaced because what happens is the straps at the top collide. I don't know how do I show my finger? They collide and the ring keeps them parallel. So that way the stuffing at the top doesn't get misplaced. Sometimes you'll see punching bags, all the stuffing at the top is gone. It's at the bottom. The bottom of the bag is fat, and the top of the bag is empty. So the ring
And
allows
you
the
always
stuff
find
to stay
fighters
equal.
hitting the top anyway because there's less stuffing.
Usually the stuffing, we took apart like 20 or 30 bags. We found needles, we found saw bits, we found rocks, we found a whole bunch of stuff. I call some of these punching bags trash bags. That's literally what they have inside is a bunch of trash, and fighters are risking their whole, life in the ring to be punching this kind of stuff. I think it's a little disrespectful to the sport.
So what's used to stuff it? I mean, I'm so old that I used to have punching bags filled with sand. What's being used now?
So sand, the problem with sand is with sweat and mixes, it becomes like concrete. It's too tough, and you're gonna damage your hands. Now I see people trying to use foam. Foam is also not good because your punch rebounds from the foam. You need to use like mix of cotton, mix of like cotton fibers, And that's the best kind of stuffing that you can do. Now, how you stuff it and do this is different techniques. But yeah, overall, I would recommend cotton fiber fabrics.
Wow, so sand is obsolete these days, huh?
I would say so. Yeah.
Man, and is it just because it gets wet? Because I mean, wouldn't that just be putting it in some sort of protective moisture layer?
No, this sand is very hard. If you have a 300-pound bag filled of sand, it's very very hard bag,
Yeah, for
especially the
sure.
bottom.
The bottom always is harder. You're right. It feels like concrete towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So again, I don't think you've answered that part of the plans for scaling because it seems like eventually you'll get to all the high name gyms. So what's the plans for scaling for the company? Well, you said other products, right? Outside of the bags, it would just be your other innovative products.
Correct. Yeah, other products and different programs. We have a foundation coming, a whole bunch of things. I just don't want to be that guy that says, "Oh, we're doing this and doing that." I like to have the results speak for them. So, follow us, subscribe to us, see what's next. This year, I want to complete a lot of the stuff that we have ready for boxing, and start to also turn to the next chapter, which is a lot of innovative stuff that is around different things like outdoors, fitness, um, just a plethora of things.
So, since you talked about others copying, what would you say is the difference between your reflex bag and Ryan's dad's reflex bag? And wouldn't yours be inspired by his? Or am I misinformed and Ryan and his father are not the first with a reflex bag and it's just they're the most popular with a reflex bag?
I think, okay, a little bit of a loaded question, but I'm going to break it down. Um, with the reflex bags, I think reflex bags have been around for a long time, like 80s, 70s, like they've been around for a long time. I do think that Ryan and his dad did a great job of bringing them to popularity. Um, with that being said, during the pandemic, when everyone's sitting at home and everyone wants something to do, the reflex bags were in great demand. At the same time, Ryan's blowing up on social media, and everyone loves his Cobra bag videos. I do think that hype has died down a little bit. But during that time, I had Grodex was blowing up, and we were blowing up mainly for our leather punching bags. And I told my dad, I'm like, look, we got to create a product that's affordable for everybody. Not everyone can afford our product. We have the following, we have the people, but we need a product that everyone likes. At that time, we started working on a reflex bag, and that was the one you just showed, the Mamba bag. That one's totally unique. No one else in the world manufactures this reflex bag. That is solely invented by Grodex. It has never been invented in the whole history of the world, which is, I think, pretty unique. So we're coming into the reflex bag world, and of course, you got to do your research. And I get a lot of messages, people saying, "Look, we've been asking for this Cobra bag from Ryan Garcia and his dad. Can you make one? Can you help us out? We want one. They keep saying we're gonna release one, but they never release one." And I said, okay, the people want it. I must give to the people what they want. So I started to manufacture one. In 2 months, they were teasing the people for 2 years. In 2 months, we come out with a reflex bag, and I used the pre-order strategy to release it. If you believe with us, you can purchase one. And people loved it. And as soon as I released a pre-sale, Ryan's dad releases his on pre-sale, maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later. So I would like to think that we inspired them to release the reflex bag. And even like on the Thanksgiving, like after he was commenting some nasty stuff on our posts and things like that, and like saying our reflex bag looks a certain type of way and that the spring performs a certain type of way, but now their spring looks a lot like our spring and performs a lot like our spring. So I have no ill will towards them. I think I would rather like to work together than create enemies. A lot of these boxing brands need to understand there's a lot of divide in boxing. That is what stops boxing. Fighters getting the fights made, promoters getting in the way, managers getting in the way. You guys, we need to work together. That's what boxing needs. These brands can work together. One person can
But
manufacture the gloves, the other the bags, the other this. There's no need to create conflict. But a lot of these people's egos and a lot of these people's, I would say, greed also gets in the way, and that's what creates conflicts. But in the end, I think the truth always wins. And the one thing that Grodex is the truth. So I'm not scared to be in conflict with anyone because you cannot even sue anyone for defamation if they're saying the truth. And that's all I hope to bring to this platform,
for
is
sure.
truth. Yeah.
Well, Eden, man, we thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Can the fight fans look forward to any sales or discounts or anything that, is there an email list that they could sign up to stay up to date on the newest and latest products? How do you want to direct the audience?
Yes, sir. The best way to keep an update is to give us a follow on Grodex, Instagram page at Grodex. I believe I don't want to speak, I don't want to jinx anything, but in the coming month or 2 months, I'm going to release our boxing collection. And if you look at our reflex collection, we started off with the Mamba bag, then we did the Cobra bag, the Air Mamba bag, the Wall Cobra bag, the Double M bag. So, 5 or 6 different reflex bags. Now it's time for boxing gloves. That's going to be the next collection released. Definitely tune in for that. Check that out. And then for our gyms, we also have a big collection coming out in the coming months.
So I gotta ask, is this you? Because it certainly looks like you, but your hair is different in the video, so I can't really tell. Then I know that you spar high level, and the punch that your stunt double threw in the gender reveal.
Oh yeah, that's not me.
Oh, that's not you?
Nah.
I was gonna say, damn, how you sparring Shakur? You throwing the right hand like that, but I ain't want to
Wait,
be
wait, wait.
disrespectful.
Wait, which video? I might be
No, so you're not sparring Shakur in the video. But let me just show you. Is this you, yes or no?
Yeah, that's me.
Bruh, why you throwing that right hand like that? Your foot came off the floor. Were you about to hit the weights at the bottom or what? But this was an amazing
I'm
idea,
trying
man.
to make the biggest effect with the. You know what it was? I was nervous that the dust would not explode, and I was just trying to hit it as much as I could. Hit it. I'm over there gripping my right hand, trying to stuff it as much as I can in the glove. But look, the explosion. That's what we're on.
Yo, so I know that you supposed to be happy with whatever you get, but you wanted a boy, right? I mean, you the boxer.
I was definitely team boy, but you know what? I'm very blessed with what God gave me, so I
Nah, for
cannot,
sure.
Come on, I got a very special girl coming, so
Nah, for
thankful
sure,
to
man.
God.
But congratulations to you and your wife. And look, man, we wish you the best of success with your company. And the platform is here whenever you need to come back on. If you got any new ideas, new bag releases, anything you want to, get the word out with the audience. We appreciate you.
You didn't check out any of my sparrings on YouTube?
No, I didn't. No, I
Man,
didn't.
you should check some of those out.
Send me
Maybe
a
we could talk
link,
about
man.
those.
Send me a link to the one that you think is the best.
You
Because
want to see the
again,
one
I
with
know that
Devin
you
or
sparred a
Shakur?
lot of. I know you
Those
sparred a lot of
are.
people. Because I heard you spar Devin, right? And Shakur.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Those might be worth checking out, but I'll send you a link.
All right.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
No, thank you.
Bye.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Eden from Grodex. Or is it Grodex? Grodex, maybe. I really like these bags, though, man. I swear. I This is expensive though. Look at this one. This is $1,600. The one that I like. The issue is one, I don't have my own gym. So I'm not buying a $1,600 bag to have hanging in a garage. You feel me? But this is the one I really, really like. Like if anybody's hit a bag, you know you get in the mood and you accidentally throw an uppercut and it's like fuck. I love this. Plus it's like a body. You know they make aqua bags like this but without the protruding head. And those feel good too. I like aqua bags. You know they actually feel better on the wrist. And when you punch, and I should have fucking asked them what's the difference between water and stuffing, because I do feel like sometimes the water gives you a recoil where like you punch it and you get some sort of bounce back, like it pushes you off the bag because of the water probably. I don't know. Shout out to him. Boxroll need to stop, man. Yo, it's crazy how boxing is corrupt on all levels, right? Like, look, he's a bag maker beefing with other bag people. Or not even. Boxroll was a clothing company. They the ones really crossing the line trying to get in his lane. That's his lane. You feel me? They was making shirts and shit and sweatsuits and things like that. Now you out here trying to make bags and you know, copy his design. But that is the last guest, and it looks like we got no more callers. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. You know we right back at you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Let me double check, make sure I ain't leave any super chats. Appreciate all the support. We got a few. First is Adam. Welcome. He's a member for 17 months on that prospect level. He says Loma stops him, and he's talking about Kambosos. We got Rocky Rodriguez, $5. He says Kambosos gets too much hate. He's a solid fighter in a tough division. I like this fight. Yeah, man, I'm with you. He is a solid fighter. Ballsy fighter is what he is. He keeps taking on tough challenges, right? You know, rolling with the punches, $2.50. This is good stuff, period. Laugh out loud. I'm sorry, but, and he stopped there. Came right back with $2. Love you all. God bless us all. Shout out to Rolling with the Punches. We got Mad Bet, $2. Daily Dose of Tanquil. Loma destroys Kambosos in Perth. 6th round, no mas. So that looks like everybody. Till the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, calls on the late check-in. What up?
Yo, Key.
I do.
Oh, what's up, bro? I like the fight actually. You know, Haney and Loma, Devin's kids. I think Loma's gonna stop Kambosos, honestly. And after Loma wins, because I strongly believe he's gonna beat Kambosos. I hope he fights Shakur next for a unification belt, or once Cepeda beats Maxi Hughes, he could give Cepeda a title shot because that's gonna be for an IBF mandatory, isn't it?
Cepeda
Cepeda
losing,
and Maxi
bro.
Hughes? Against Maxi Hughes? Bro, come on, Ness. You need to stop smoking, bro. Cepeda's not losing to no Maxi Hughes.
You ain't see Maxi Hughes beat Kambosos?
Well, I saw the fight, bro, but nah. Cepeda's not losing to no Maxi Hughes, bro.
Alright.
He's not gonna lose to no Maxi Hughes. Cepeda,
Timing,
bro,
man. Timing. That jab gonna kill Cepeda.
Cepeda's volume and his volume power is gonna get to Maxi Hughes, bro. But still a good fight, Cepeda and Hughes. That's actually a good fight because, like you said, like many people believe Maxi Hughes beat George Kambosos, so that's gonna be a good fight. I just hope also, like, you know, some people like, you know, have the same energy towards Loma. You know, even though I'm a big Devin Haney fan. Like I was talking shit with Loma fans during into the Loma and Haney fight. But it's like if we're gonna praise Haney for going to Australia to fight Kambosos, like I mean, like I think we should like give Loma flowers as well for traveling to Kambosos' backyard for a vacant title, or don't you think?
I mean, I don't really give him no credit. He could have had a shot at a vacant title with Shakur. He chose Kambosos because it's easier fight.
I see your point. Yeah, Yeah, that's true, bro. And it seemed like people just swept it under the rug as well. Like, but I guess Loma Kambosos is still a good fight, and I just hope like Loma fights either Shakur or Zepeda. Both fights are gonna be tough for Loma either way. He wants to get he wants to get his belts back, become undisputed, bro. Like the time is now, bro, because he's running out of time really quick. So, but yeah, Naz, that's my call, bro. Have a nice night.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Fuck. I know this number. Oh, this Bo Rogers, right?
Yo.
What up?
Yeah. What's good with you, man? Yeah.
Sure.
That fight with Kambosos and Lomachenko, I really don't care about it. But what I was calling about was that tried to get on earlier today. But that with the Prince doing with the 5-on-5, I told you about a month ago, Bill Haney messed everything up. We would have had Jerron Ennis at 154, Devin Haney at 147, Shakur at 140, Tank at 135, and Kamel Morton at 130. The money team. You know how much money that would have made? The Prince would have loved that. Open to the world. The money team. Can you imagine that next? And there's one more thing I want to tell you. Why don't you call Jake Paul out? You still in retirement?
What do you mean, me, man? He ain't gonna fight me. I wish Jake Paul would fight me and give me $1 million. That motherfucker ain't fighting me.
I think you could make a push for it.
He ain't gonna fight me. That man he taking that career serious, and I'm not on Jake level, man. Y'all gotta respect Jake.
You don't think you can beat him there? You don't think you can beat him there?
Fuck no. He 24 years old, man. He young as hell, and he got millions of dollars to put into training. Like the dude I was just interviewing sold Jake some heavy bags in Puerto Rico, man. Like Jake on another level, man. Y'all gotta respect that dude.
But look, you on another level too, though. Man, people know you, and you come from this world.
I hear you, champ. I don't think I'm popular enough, but I wouldn't say no. I'll tell you that. I'm taking that payday.
Because motherfuckers gonna push it. People gonna push it. We gonna have to put that out there, man.
Yeah.
I want to see you and Jake Paul.
Shit.
And you come from the boxing world.
They ain't gonna want that. I'm too old. I'm telling you. Like they got mad that he fought Silva. Then he fight Silva, and they got mad.
Man. People will buy anything these days, man. I don't think it's a bad fight. I've seen you in Border War. You don't think you can beat him?
Who?
Do you think you can beat him, or you think he's?
I can't. I'm being realistic. The kid 24 years old, and he been training for the last 4 years, consistent. Like I'm being realistic. I ain't no motherfucking delusional here. You feel me? And he got popped. He knocking motherfuckers down too.
Well, for $1 million, I'm telling you now.
No, listen. I ain't say I ain't taking. I ain't say I ain't taking the payday. You said, could you beat him? That's two different things. I'll take the check.
Try though, right? You would try though. You ain't gonna go in there later.
Oh no, I'ma certainly try, but I believe that the kid gonna have more tank than me, man. Even in my best Border Wars fights, I got tired. I'm never gonna quit smoking weed. Fucking Jake Paul. Shit, I smoked during all my training camps. So I don't know, man.
Put that in your poll. Put that on for a poll, you know what I'm saying? See what the fans think. See what the people, you know, see what everybody think. Do a poll, you know. Call them out, man.
Let's go. I hear you, champ. I hear you, champ. We gonna call them out. We gotta get in shape first. Imagine he called my bluff. Right, I'm gonna go in there huffing and puffing, champ. Nah, gotta be in shape. James Benitez, what up? My man called out Jake. James, you got to unmute.
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, the nigga crazy, man. Like, bro, I fuck with you, Ness, but I ain't trying to have you get in the ring with no 24-year-old Jake Paul, man.
Word.
At least not right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the only reason why it's not possible, man, because y'all stingy hijackers and shit like that ain't smashing the like button and ain't subscribing to the goddamn content and shit, sharing it with your people. Got to get these numbers up for Ness, man, if you want to see him in the ring with a Jake Paul or some shit like that. And also Ness, man, we got to get Jake Paul. We got to get a Jake Paul interview, man. That got to be a goal for 2024, man. You got to get Jake Paul interview, whether it's 5 minutes or 30 minutes.
Nah, I'm with it, man. You know me. I would love it.
That brings so much traction. That would bring so much traction to the channel and shit like that, man. You know, or even you had to go down there to MVP in Orlando and do a sit down with Jake or whatever, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. But to the topic though, I mean, this is like old news, man. We've been knowing since like what September last year or something like that. This is gonna be the fight for Lomachenko and damn Kambosos and shit. Only thing that I don't like about the fight that is over there in Perth. To me, it's kind of weird that they actually doing it in Perth and everything, and Kambosos actually being the A side off of this with Lomachenko having a bigger name. I don't know what's going on over there in Top Rank. I don't know if this is going to be Lomachenko's last fight because Kambosos can upset him, man. Let's not get it twisted, man. He does got some good wins on the resume, even though people may think it's highly unlikely. This can be an upset. This can be Lomachenko going away fight and shit like that with a decent payday. I'm not gonna say I picked Kambosos, but I'm just intrigued to see how this fight plays out, man. Now on to the interview. Shout out to Khil Cole for coming on, man, and shout out to Ida from Grodex, man, from Grodex, man. Those some nice ass bags, man. Box Raw, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, man. Shit, when I used to be working out regularly and shit like that, I had some of y'all gear, and I feel ashamed that I had to come low to stealing high end quality content from another growing brand. Man, stop hijacking other people's shit, man, because that shit look like a clone of what the fuck Grodex is doing. I'm damn sure waiting for their gloves to see how their gloves gonna be, and seeing them bags, man. Like, bruh, man, I don't know, Ness, man. Like, they got what $1,000 reflex bags. Mamba reflexes about 500 or more. The $1,600 heavy bags. I'm like, shit. You know, I mean, I make decent money, but I can't afford that shit, man. So shout out to them, and I can't wait to see if they actually have some stuff that's more economical to get into some of these smaller growing gyms or have any kind of special programs for them with the foundation that he did mention during the show. Next, man, shout out to you for giving us content every day, man. I appreciate you as always, and I'll catch you on the next one, bro.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. And that looks like our last caller. Catch me on the next one tomorrow morning. That's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Peace.